Hey everybody, welcome back. Trailer reaction time, and today I've got a trailer I am excited for. I have questions, I have some things to say. Also, I realize this is just a teaser, and I've kind of, sort of silently seen a touch of it, so I got a feeling I'm not going to see much. But today we are here for the teaser trailer for Leigh Whannell's Wolfman. The latest of the, it's not Blumhouse, is it? It's not, is it? No. Maybe? Universal Studios, Universal Monsters reboot. That's not the Dark Universe, and Universal will call me if you need a proper roadmap for doing a proper reboot. Now, that's not to disparage this or Invisible Man. Those were great. But I have a roadmap. I mean, hell, y'all have a roadmap. I'm not being that original. A lot of it is just following what you do with Horror Nights. Talk to John Murdy, you know, or Michael Aiello. Make it period. There you go. There's my whole idea. I mean, I have a stronger concept, a vision in my head. Anyways, let's get this through. If you want to see this trailer without me or my concerned face in the way, and I'll tell you why in a minute, there's a link in the description below, or something's popping up right about now. You can click on that, check it out, come on back, watch me watch this, and then we'll geek out over it together. Because listen, at the end of the day, it's Leigh Whannell. It's very likely to be geek out worthy. Dude has made incredible movies, been involved in writing incredible movies, so I'm fully on board one way or another. I'm excited to see this. Don't take my trepidation as any kind of concern. The only other concern I have is, yes, I went to Horror Nights. I went to the premium Scream Nights. I'm going back for the real thing in a couple of days, in like a week or so with Mary, and then we're also going to hit Hollywood and all of that. I did see the Wolfman. I haven't done Hollywood yet. I think I hear something about the tram, but I don't know yet. But I did see the display where there was supposed to be a photo op with the Wolfman. They didn't have it on Premium Screams Night, at least not when I was walking by. That's fine. It was it was early. They didn't have some things. It was still an amazing time. I mean, it was awful. Don't buy tickets next year. But that said, I have now seen the video. I don't know if it's from Hollywood or Orlando, but the video in broad daylight, an HHN style costume version of supposedly the Wolfman, and it did leave a little to be desired. However, I also have my own theories that may be disproven by this trailer, maybe not, that maybe it's going to be one of those things where it's like every full moon, he changes a little bit more worse until he becomes the full thing and gets stuck that way forever. So maybe what we saw in those videos is like an early iteration. I've also heard things about there's a couple of Wolfmen going on in here. Maybe this is a different version. It honestly just kind of looked like somebody who should be one of the inbred hillbillies from the early Wrong Turn films. Not going to lie. Also, mad love and respect to John Carpenter, but one of the funniest goddamn memes was people making the joke that was John Carpenter showing up at Horror Nights. I was so sorry. I hope that even he would find humor in that. But all that said and done, and the Wolfman was always one of my least favorite of the Universal monsters. I love werewolves, but I mean, I want dog soldiers. I want, is there another werewolf movie I want Ginger Snaps. But anyways, let's get to it. Let's see what this teaser is. I think this is one of those teasers where it's not a lot of actual movie footage, but we'll find out. Glasses are fixed. Let's watch. It's a shorty. Let's go. Ooh. Actually, that's creepy. I knew it was coming, you bastard. It is blue. Okay, okay.
What was that thing like?
It sounded like an animal. But I swear to God, it was standing on 2 feet.
Daddy, are we gonna die?
No, it's my job to protect you.
What's wrong with Daddy?
He got sick.
Please, Daddy's scaring me! Please stop! Daddy, is that you?
All right, listen. That was a teaser. That's about what I expected. I did see a little more than I expected, but of course not of the Wolfman. It looks like Wolfman. Because that's kind of what I thought I had heard, and apparently that's the case. There's a Wolfman outside. He's infecting the dad. The dad's going to turn. How far will they go with this? How horrendous? Also, I've heard other people be a little concerned that it is getting a mid-January release because traditionally, for the longest time, you dump the movies that aren't that good in January. Now, that's not entirely true anymore. I do feel in the last few years, particularly say post, shutdowns, I don't think that's as true. I think they found out there's an audience for things all around year round. If it looks good, it's like if you build it good, people will come. Good. Sure. But listen, I got faith in Leigh Whannell. Did you see Upgrade? Damn. So yeah, again, teaser looks interesting. I think the premise is pretty good. I think it was just a terrible, terrible marketing decision to show this wolf, whichever version it may or may not be, off at Horror Nights the way they've done it. I think that was, I know on paper that sounded like a cool idea, but it has clearly backfired. And unfortunately, it has already put a bad taste in a lot of the social media mouths. But most film goers don't give two craps about social media. The internet is not a real place. There's a lot of us that use it, sure. But those of us, and I include myself, that are terminally online, it's a very different world outside of that. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. But I'm there. I'm absolutely there. With Leigh Whannell, I'm actually home in mid-January. I have a nice little break after my November trip until my end of January trip for the after-hours parties. Looks good. It looks good enough. Track record sells me. How do you all feel? Are you a little worried? Have you not seen anything until this teaser? And I especially would like to hear how you feel about it in that case. Have you seen the Horror Nights things I'm talking about? Has that tainted your opinions? Are you still open-minded? Let me know. Geek out with me how would you reboot the MonsterVerse? I still say, go period. Start it in the 1920s. Start with Hunchback and Phantom and maybe into Invisible Man. Almost like Marvel did, where at the time they started with the lesser loved characters. They became loved because of the Marvel films. And and then build, I see using the storylines and concepts they've used in the Halloween Horror Nights houses, how you could really build up a universe and make each phase like a new decade or 2 decades. So you would actually eventually get up to setting it in modern time, but let's start, period, classic, gothic, and don't make Phantom a musical. That's my hot take. People are like, but I love it. It's like, no. The best Phantom of the Opera movie of the classic Universal monster style is the original silent film. It really is. Lon Chaney for the win. Sorry, personal taste, personal opinion, but that's how I feel. I don't hate the musical. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes have an amazing cover of the theme song, and I love musicals, but I don't need my horror to be musical, with exceptions. Although they're usually more musical horror comedies. How do you all feel? Geek out in the comments. I love you. I want to hear what you have to say. I'm sorry I'm struggling. I got one more trailer. Click the thumbs up button. Give me that good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged and encouraged to go eat some dang dinner. Other than that, remember that we will get through this. We will get through this together. And we like to say that together. It's a little smile on the face, chemicals in the brain. It's as if you're drinking an adult beverage without having to. If you'd like to say it with me, feel free. We will get through this. We will get through this together. All right. You can also check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Look up LegendOfZeppo. Try a couple of songs. Hopefully it's more serious-ish stuff, and you'll dig it. Get excited for the Mary EP Part 2 next year, hopefully. And, of course, some short films I'm making. And if you want to follow all of that, you can find that here or going to TheEricButts.com for all that funky butts fun you're looking for. And I just got distracted by the thought of, I got to plan out my magic bands for this trip. And does Mary want a custom inscribed magic band with a $10 off? Anyways, I'm going to go watch one more thing for now, and then eat some food and play some games with Mary, and then watch a bunch of more stuff. And I will see you all later. That was awful. The werewolves are drunken.